Wow, what a great podcast.
Yeah. Okay, so what do we want to talk about now?
I'm not sure. You're the host. You should determine what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, that's true, but okay, so what's funny?
The fact
Comedy.
that you just blocked that.
Yeah, that's pretty great. So you guys want to talk about video games? What about the upcoming Borderlands DLC?
Wow.
We don't know anything about it.
I know.
What do you mean?
What?
Exactly.
Like, just... Like, I mean,
Yeah,
we know it's Krieg.
Yeah.
I've got speculations.
What speculation is going to be about? How'd you just throw escape? Were you just spamming a button?
Huh? No, you throw at the same time.
Oh, okay. Ouchie.
Okay, no.
Okay, so Street Fighter's fun.
Street Fighter. What are you playing?
We're playing Street Fighter.
What do you think?
What do you think?
I thought you were just saying it was the Street Fighter reference in what you were playing.
No, we Street Fighter.
We're playing Street Fighter V for the PlayStation 4. Released in 2016. It is not a reference.
What do you mean? Street Fighter is a Street Fighter reference?
Is that a reference to 2016 Street Fighter V released by Capcom? Is that a reference?
No.
Is that a JoJo reference?
No, please do not bring this up. Oh, speaking of, how's anime, in our opinion? I like it.
I like anime.
I think it depends on the anime. Like, just like any art, it can be either good or bad.
Yeah, that's
and
very
it's
true.
just entirely objective.
What are some of our favorites?
Yes, it's
FMA.
Yeah, I would say FMA is pretty good.
What is FMA?
Fullmetal
Alchemist.
Yeah. I've honestly never watched it.
Wow.
I feel like
I'm really into that, like that genre.
Yeah, people keep telling me to watch Lane, and I haven't gotten around to it yet.
What, Lane?
Yeah, Lane.
Sounds pretty lame.
Wow.
I know, I'm so amazingly funny.
Yeah.
Bro, I should be a comedian.
A comedian.
A comedian?
A comedian. Why did I just get a Discord notification even though nobody sent anything?
Wow.
Swag.
I did not mean to do this outfit, but okay.
Kinda gross. Actually, kinda good.
This is the nostalgia outfit.
Oh, nice.
You know you can ready up, you don't have to wait the 10 seconds.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I knew that. I just...
It'd be appreciated.
I'm not paying attention, bro. I'm trying to think of topics. Politics.
No, you need to pursue politics.
Yes, politics. What are our opinions on Poggle Trump?
Poggle Trump.
McDonald Trump.
Conflicted.
Yeah, me too.
Like, on the one hand, I don't like Trump, but on the other hand, I don't like Biden. And on the third hand, I would like to disestablish the bi-party system. But I know that's never going to happen.
Damn. Yeah. Bi-party systems are pretty bi-party.
Yes.
Pretty Playboy party.
So, I don't know, like, how much political theory you guys have studied. So I don't want to, like, get super into politics right now, but...
Yeah, I've not studied any political theory.
Well...
I've majored in college that you're not even...
that.
Have either of you guys read The Iliad and the Odyssey?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've read it multiple times.
Oh
What
wow!
about the Epic of Gilgamesh?
Yes.
That's a
I
good
have not read the entirety of the Epic of Gilgamesh, but
I had to do it for English class. It was pretty great.
oh,
Dang.
that's
Get
neat.
switched up on.
Yeah. So, what are some of our favorite books? Let's talk about favorite things.
So mine is split between two.
Which is?
Well, like, well, I have a lot of favorite books, but like at the moment, books that I really do enjoy a lot are
Yeah.
what's it called? The Night Circus, which I read for the first time a long time ago, and it's a really good book. It's like about magicians, shit,
Oh, nice.
but like
Magicians are fun.
it's like a supernatural circus that
Oh,
like
neat.
comes around and like just disappears after one night and stuff, and like it's about two magicians who are rivals. Hit play again. All right.
It is.
Two magicians who are rivals. They basically go at each other, and they enlist. One of them enlists his daughter, and the other one enlists his adopted son, Marco, to be their apprentices. And they have a long-standing feud over who's the better magician. So basically, they, instead of trying to get their differences settled by themselves, they teach their kids their arts, so they will eventually compete against each other, see who's the better magician, and whoever's the better magician wins, yada yada yada. So they end up falling in love,
Rip.
and yeah,
Sounds pretty neat.
It's very cool.
Yeah, it actually does sound like a decent book.
It's a great book. Thing is, the daughter, her dad is very methodical in his teachings, and like there's a difference. There's like actual magic. Like some people can do actual magic, and some people are just like fakers who use like what's it called? Like machinery and stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool. Now you can go to this area. It's neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They use like machinery and like biomechanics and stuff like that.
What time period does this take place in?
This is like early to mid 1900s.
So like steampunk.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's really cool. That book is awesome. Her dad actually slits her fingertips open with a knife and tells her to will them back together using her magic. And he repeatedly does that over and over again.
Interesting. So like, sounds like the magic system is pretty deep. Like
it's very cool. It's a love story, but they're not supposed to be in love. They fall in love.
A forbidden love story.
Yeah, but it's done.
Interesting.
It's done not in a way where it's like expected.
Huh. Zuck, do you have any books you want to go into deep explanation about?
There's one more. The
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Touch on is Kurt Vonnegut's Slaughterhouse-Five.
Oh yes, great book.
So basically,
yeah, but love that book.
You don't know what Kurt Vonnegut's Slaughterhouse-Five is, do you?
Maybe.
You know who Kurt Vonnegut is?
I have no idea.
He is a writer very famous because he has a penchant for being the father of dark humor. Slaughterhouse-Five is like his magnum opus. It's so good.
Interesting. I've said interesting a lot.
There's not a lot of ways I can describe it to you. Like, there isn't a whole lot.
Was that one book that was by George Orwell?
1984.
Yeah, 1984.
Yep.
Yeah.
Isn't that like a really fucked up book though?
Yes, it's about the problems with censorship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why it's bad.
The only book I've read by him is Animal Farm.
I've read Animal Farm too.
Animal Farm's a really good book.
Yeah,
I think Animal Farm's alright. It has its interesting take on fascism.
Yeah. I just think it's really good at explaining the way that
Com-
socialism can turn to communism.
yeah.
I think it's rather
I guess
simplistic.
Really?
Yeah.
It's accessible is the word I'd use. Less
Yes.
less
Accessible.
simplistic. It's got more of a, because it is more sophisticated. It's not. I wouldn't go with simplistic because that implies that it has no forethought to it. It's just dumbed down, and so therefore it is acceptable to a large variety of audiences.
Yeah, but
So
I mean, it
it's an
does
important message.
simplify its messaging almost to the extent of like propaganda, I would say.
Yeah.
Yo, you two really like intelligent people, sophisticated. I'm just over here not knowing what's going on. I semi know what's going on, but we're on a podcast. I know that much.
So
No, you do
yeah,
not.
those are
I
two
do
very
not
good
know we're
books.
in a podcast.
Shit, he's on to me.
What's your favorite book, Jonathan? You broached the subject. Now it's your time to deliver.
I'm not sure of the names of many books I've read. Honestly,
What?
like I can't think of a name.
You just, I feel you though. Like I listen to like a bunch of music, and because I just like shuffle it, I don't know like any of the music I listen to really.
Yeah. Zuck, you?
Have either of you guys read Simulation and Simulacra?
I think I might have.
It's by Jean Baudrillard, and it's like the inspiration for The Matrix, I guess, as well
Yes.
as
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good one. If you guys ever read The Count of Monte Cristo,
I've heard of it, but I
Oh.
haven't read it.
it's another really, really good love story. That
I'm
was
not-
a long time ago.
Yeah,
It's a
I'm not-
200-year-old. I figured out how
Oh.
to do it, but I don't remember how. I don't know how I did
I
that.
think her back throw.
yes, the 200-year-old love story is about a back throw.
No, that wasn't my back throw.
But yeah, I don't really read much romance personally.
Well, it's not that I actively seek out romance. It's just some of those are just the best books. Like the
That's
Count of Monte
true.
Cristo is like he gets it's another instance of like forbidden love, but like there's a whole story where like the lady he loves, her name's Mercedes, and she wants to be with him, but she is like being forced to marry this one guy, and this one guy has a lot of power, and this is like French. This happens in France, but it's like Victorian era kind of, and he has him imprisoned for something he didn't do, and he sends him to what's it called? Hold on, unready.
Yeah, okay, continue.
He basically makes it so that he gets like imprisoned, and he is forced to basically be in a cell for what would be the rest of his days. And it's and every day they would whip him and stuff like that. And
You said he was wrong, or you said he was wrongly imprisoned?
Yes, he did nothing.
Okay.
and he was tortured and whipped half to death on a daily basis. And eventually, after like 6 months or something like that, he makes friends with the old man in the cell next to him. Ready up. And the old man teaches him how to read, how to write, how to fight.
Well, more importantly,
And he just teaches him the world and everything. This dude's an illiterate sailor. I mean,
yeah.
so it's a very good story, and he ends up escaping. The old man dies. He slowly digs a way out. It's like that's the original book that invented like the prison escape.
Yeah. Digging your way out with a rusty spoon, you know?
Yeah. Interestingly, about like, I don't know, epics and romances.
Anyways, he ends up getting out. He pretends to be dead, or he hides. I believe it's with the old man's corpse, and they had like body bags, and they just throw them off the chateau, which is like it was like on an island, and they'd throw it off the cliff and into the water, and he unchained himself, basically escaped the body bag, and swam, I think, 20 miles to the nearest island, built a boat, and he got into a fight with like a bunch of pirates, I guess.
Sounds like a fever dream, in my opinion.
Yeah. So anyway, I was gonna say, on the subject of like epics and romances, you guys know that like Marco Polo's story was ghost-written while he was like in prison.
Really?
I'm not constantly, like particularly not constantly. I'm not particularly familiar with the whole story of Marco Polo. I just hear the name thrown around a lot, though.
So
yeah, especially in pools.
That's true. Anyway, yeah, like his story.
I think he's a stenographer, not a court stenographer,
a cartographer.
Yeah, cartographer.
Yeah, he mapped out like Asia and yeah, he was like the most comprehensive cartographer for like East Asia to Europe, like of the Silk Roads.
Okay, Okay, you don't need to. Okay.
So yeah. Anyway, while he was in prison, I believe Venice, his cellmate wrote like his travels from, like Marco Polo would talk and be written by this guy, and I don't remember his name, but like I studied him for my AP World History yesterday, or last year, yesterday. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, apparently he wrote like he had published one thing prior to like Marco Polo's travels, and it was I guess the first, if not, or one of the first, if not the first, modern romance stories, like modern style romance stories, where it just focuses on like two people, and he was in prison because the royalty of Italy didn't like it.
That's kind of funny.
I know, right?
Marco Polo? Does Marco Polo wrote this book? Oh, I don't like it. Throw in for them.
No, this wasn't Marco Polo. This was like just some random writer who had published one thing ever.
Oh.
And he just happened to be thrown in the same cell as Marco Polo.
Oh.
Who is like, I guess the most interesting guy there, and like, this author just gets to meet him out of sheer chance.
So why was Marco Polo in prison then?
I think he was illegally visiting in the Mongolian Empire, right?
Yeah, he was. So, like, his family was from Venice. He grew up in Venice and, like, left. I don't remember exactly why. I didn't have to for my class, so I just had to know that he did
What
leave.
age are you, mate?
Huh?
What age are you again?
17.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, so he left at a fairly young age and went to some other city, some other smaller city in Italy, and when he was uh 16 or something around there, he started his travel across the Mongolian Empire and eventually was recruited officially by the Mongolians and traveled
Isn't it
to.
the map? What's it called? Not China, but what is modern day Korea, right?
Correct, yeah, because he went to Italy and Italy sent him to Western China and Western China sent him to Korea. And yeah, then he traced back his steps and eventually made his way back to Italy. And yeah, they didn't like him.
I wonder why.
His parents were executed or something.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, I don't know.
Pretty sure.
It's
Speaking of executions, what are your guys' opinions on the death penalty?
It should be used for a wide range of things, not for just, I don't know, hold on, I'm distracted.
It depends on what you're using the death penalty for, I think. And again, there's a whole ideological aspect to that.
Yeah.
Whether there's any crime great enough to be beyond rehabilitation. And I mean, if you think about it in a sense, the prison industrial complex
You see it just for a second.
is effectively slavery. So I mean, would you rather be enslaved for the rest of your life as a laborer at sub minimum wage, or would you rather be killed? And I mean, also logistically, if you kill everyone who you think is beyond rehabilitation, you don't have to spend money on keeping them alive, and so that money can go back into the economy at whole.
Doing the death penalty is actually more expensive than just throwing someone in prison for the rest of their life.
No,
Did you know that?
No.
Yes, it is.
It's because of how long the process is.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. The act of actually murdering somebody.
No, that's not what I said.
Well, yeah, it's because
I meant the process of it is more expensive than
the process is broken.
That's true. And I mean, also
you get 15 appeals. You get,
also
15.
You get given the death.
My mom said 3.
No, you get 15.
But yeah. Also, though,
by national law,
it's cheaper to keep people alive because they pay literally the bare minimum. They keep them alive at nearly subhuman standards.
Yeah. I wouldn't go that far.
In some prisons, I don't doubt it.
Well, I mean, yeah, but
the ones that I've been to,
even in prisons, there's a class divide.
Yeah. Yes.
And silence.
Yes.
Okay, guys. When do you want to cut this?
I don't know. We're at like 25 minutes now.
We're at 30 minutes now.
Oh, it says 25 for me, probably because I joined
Yeah,
late.
yeah, because you joined at 25. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Some moderately interesting takes. I don't think we got into anything like too
Yeah.
insane.
Hang on. One last bit. What is the first stories?
You're really muffled. What are you saying?
What are the interesting stories you guys have?
Well, what story?
Interesting stories?
Yeah.
Wow, you really trying to fish for my stories, aren't you?
No, not exactly. I just know you have a few. I assume Zuck has a few.
Stories on what?
I don't know, just in general. Like first times doing anything. Party.
My first time dying will be in the future.
Bro. Epic.
To be determined.
Clinically, it's 3 times now.
Damn, that's pretty crazy.
It's not good for you.
Yeah, I would assume.
Anthony does not live the best lifestyle.
No, it's very healthy to die.
Yeah, it's very healthy to have your heart stop beating for at least a minute.
Yeah.
Very, very healthy. You should try it sometimes, viewers.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Okay, I'll do that right now. See you guys.
Bro, do it.
Bye-bye.
You just hear a gunshot in the background. Yeah, I think that's where we're gonna cut it.
I mean, we could continue.
I mean, do you have any topics that you want to talk
I
about?
mean, sure, we could talk about the roster of SF5. We could talk about how much bullshit I had to go
What
through.
about the struggle the people who solved the Venona cipher went through?
What?
The Venona cipher?
What is that?
Zuck, do you know what this is?
No.
So it was a well
Yeah.
it was a code that was used
Oh yeah.
for
Yes, tell me more.
You just completely cut out.
Yeah.
it was a code used in the Cold War by, I believe, the Soviets to deliver messages and have them very, very difficult to decrypt.
Oh, I think I've heard of this. Although there's
Yeah,
a lot
like-
of Cold War ciphers, so I don't know if I've heard about this.
Like there are there's like a chart with, I believe,
I've done the
9
Turing
letters,
exam.
each with 9 numbers, and
Yeah.
each number is correlated to a letter. Also, it's insane what they had to go through to solve it. Like, I read the steps online, and I was really confused.
How about Alan Turing and the
Yeah,
Turing machine?
Yeah, I've actually done the Turing, like his entire experiment. I did
Yeah.
from scratch using just his information that he was given.
I'm not entirely sure what the Turing is, Turing test or whatever.
It's
Well,
basically
Turing-
how we decrypted Nazi messages.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
It's the first like modern computer, or one of the first modern computers. I guess the first modern Turing complete computer.
I got 2
Nice.
wins. You got 1 win.
However, if I remember
Okay.
correctly, the first actual computer was for the 1860 U.S. Census.
And I believe it like took up an entire, like, it took up this gigantic room, but it only had like 500 megabytes of RAM.
I think it was
The-
kilobytes actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? But that just shows how far we've come with technology.
I mean,
Bluetooth, when you think about it, is insane.
do you know how?
I guess.
Do you know how large Pokemon is?
How? It's like few kilobytes, right?
It's 800 kilobytes.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, which Pokemon though? Like
Really?
Red? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pokemon Red is actually a great game. I actually did the thing to get Missing Number.
To get
Nice.
Missing No. Have you never heard of that?
Missing No is glitched
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
It takes up an invalid memory slot.
Yeah, and it's got all the pixels and everything.
If you caught if you caught it, it would corrupt your game save, right?
I believe so. I don't know. I don't study like Pokemon.
I don't study Pokemon lore.
The Pokemon compendium of creepypasta, I guess.
Oh, you guys know the creepypasta about the Russian sleep project?
Yes.
That is actually a really cool thing. Like, I just find it really interesting.
Yeah.
You know?
I remember reading that for the first time.
I remember when I thought it was real.
Yeah.
On the subject of creepypastas, my coworker allegedly, allegedly, according to my coworker, SCP was actually copywritten by some German guy.
Really?
Yeah, just
As in Secure and Contain Protect, or just the acronym SCP?
I'm not sure. I didn't do any research into it because I don't really care, and like no one's going to do anything based on it. But I guess some guy tried to copyright SCP and succeeded.
Dang.
Although that could very well just not be true, and I have no clue. I don't really care enough to research it. I'm not an SCP fanatic.
Oh, speaking of SCPs, there is an SCP that is it's a cave.
Wait, just cut it there. There is an SCP.
But
Bye, guys. For real, podcast, guys. Bye. That's the end of it.
For real, there's an SCP. I can't remember what number it is.
All right, Zuck, leave for the memes. We're doing it.
No, you're not.
Okay.
It was a cave. It was a cave that had a different center of gravity than the rest of the world. I just find that really neat. All right, we can cut it there though.
Hold on. Actually, that reminds me. There's I don't know. I'm just thinking about the explorations of the deepest caves throughout history now.
Oh, the Mariana Trench is scary.
That's true, but like the one right before the Mariana Trench was explored and discovered to be like the deepest cave or whatever on Earth. Like, obviously the Mariana Trench is really difficult.
Yeah.
Because it's underwater. But once that exploration team
oh, guys. Tuckaleechee Caverns is in Tennessee.
Tuckaleechee Caverns?
Yeah, Tuckaleechee Cavern. So it's a cave, and there's actually a cool bit of history behind it. These kids were 6 and 8 when they discovered this cave, and they felt some wind coming from some brush, so they moved all the brush out of the way, and then they went into this hole. I think it was the size of it was a small hole, and they went inside of it, 6 and 8, and explored this cave.
Right.
No. First they were like, "Oh, it's dark in here," so they made a Molotov cocktail for light.
That sounds like a good idea.
Coke bottle, kerosene, and a rag. Lit that, and they used that for light, and they explored this cave for about a mile and a half, or half a mile, one of the two. And we went through the cave. I experienced complete darkness there.
Complete.
That's so cool though.
Complete darkness is very, very scary.
It's kind of dark.
Yeah, I've
just a little bit.
I've only been in one cave that was expansive enough, I guess, to completely block out light. and that was.
But like, there's this one room that was
Good for
it was-
Jonathan.
thanks. It was the size of a football field, and like when they turned off the lights, it was complete darkness.
Yeah, I think it's
Am I allowed to walk Ken now?
okay. I
Yeah,
think it's really cool though, actually, that we even like describe caves as rooms, because like that's such a anthropocentric view, I guess.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, anthropocentric. Yeah,
caves aren't really rooms; it's just like a continuous thing that's it's been carved out by natural processes.
caves are just hallways.
Bro, I think that'd be like such a cool setting for a game. I mean, obviously there's like games.
A hallway?
No,
cave.
no caves. I think
Okay.
obviously there's like games that take place in caves, and I mean even sometimes the cave is like the view of the game. That's like the main focus. But I don't feel like. I don't know. I've never played a game that feels like it really truly encapsulates what a cave is.
Yeah. Speaking of cool, oh wait, Anthony, you said you had something to say, right?
I
Good
think
talk.
he left.
Oh,
Look,
Oh
that's
no.
pretty awesome. Okay, so, this game I think it was called Labyrinth. Do you remember that game, or a game with a
Possibly.
similar name?
I remember the movie.
No, like you were in the sewers,
Oh, yeah.
and every time, and the map kept changing around you.
I think so.
So you could not go the same way twice. And
It
there were
seems
these
vaguely familiar.
what?
Seems vaguely familiar.
Yeah, but there were these monsters that you had to run from. Well, you didn't run from them, but they were roaming the sewers, and you need to find keys and escape. But every single time you went into another hallway, the map would change.
That's neat.
So yeah, it was a really cool game. One of my favorite horror games I've ever played. Beside that is Layers of Fear.
Layers
and
of
then
Fear is
Outlast.
a great game too.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Outlast is kind of the outlier there. Pun not intended. I mean, I'm not saying it's an outlier because it's not a good game. I think Outlast is also a great game, but it doesn't like
Okay.
explore the same
Yeah.
stuff, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Fun fact about Outlast 2, if you look at it, it's almost directly related to the Seven Plagues.
Yeah. That's interesting.
And-
That never occurred to me.
Yeah. Like when you look at it and you look at the Seven Plagues, there's almost a direct correlation. Because there's a plague of locusts, and it was rained blood. Those are the two I can remember. And like, and other than your wife birthing the Antichrist, yeah, that, and then the sun exploding. I don't know, spoilers.
Yeah.
I'm still not really sure what happened there, but yeah, it was pretty neat.
Are you guys familiar with cellular automata? Sorry, this is unrelated to what you were saying.
Hold on.
It's
I
alright.
got a text.
Oh, it's done.
Okay. Are you guys familiar with cellular automata?
No.
Like where your cells
Drive
like
cars?
it can be not self-sufficient, but like
Self-sustained.
like sentient almost.
No, that's not exactly what it is. I mean, there is
but-
like AI cellular automata, I guess. Basically, what a cellular automaton is like a set of rules applied to a like I don't know grid of units, I guess that allows it to create a I don't know a like social system, I guess. Not necessarily a social system, that's a bad way to phrase it, but a I guess, yeah, self-sufficient system. Like, if you've heard of Conway's Game of Life, that's like the classic example of it. And I think, actually, back to like caving and that game we were talking about, Labyrinth, I think maybe a like cellular.
I think it was called Labyrinth. I'm not sure about that.
I don't know either. I've never played it. I think a like cellular automata system to form like cavernous systems would be a neat idea for a game. And like, say you have like ray tracing or whatever from the player, and just have them activate outside of the player. So yeah, a cellular automata system is each cell or unit has a series of states, and cells can be impacted like by different. Cells can be impacted by different like states or rules to enter a new state. So in Conway's Game of Life, a cell dies unless there's either 2 or 3 cells active in its like 8 cells surrounding it. So it's just a square grid, and you know each cell has like
familiar. Yeah, I'm not familiar with the mechanics, but I know what it looks like. Yeah,
so if there's either 2 or 3 cells active, the cell stays alive. I think that's how it works. And if there's 4, a dead cell can become alive. I might be getting those like mixed up. I don't remember exactly what it is, but apparently it's actually a Turing complete system, and its rules
it's a complete system.
It's Turing complete. So like you can build a fully functional computer with this cellular automata system.
Huh.
And people have made like neural networks with it too. It's insane.
You get one more worth on me.
But yeah, I think like cellular automata in general are really neat and underrated. And I mean, the MIT has done a bunch of stuff with them too. It's some pretty cool stuff.
We gotta wrap this up though. It's getting really late into this.
I don't know. 45 minutes isn't that long. We could technically go for like 4 hours, and there's still podcasts longer than that.
Jesus. But yeah, I think this has been decent.
Hold on. All right, cool. I'm gonna go real quick.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going into the party.
All right. I guess that's it then. Bye, guys.
All right. Goodbye, listeners.
Listeners.